Well, good evening everybody and welcome along then to another ORL Season 9 race. It's round number 6 in Monaco and it's Monaco by night. It's going to be a pretty epic race. It's going to be a pretty tricky one for me personally. Love the track, not very quick here, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of chaos and fun to be had. Even Chaosfoot, good luck to you as well, my friend. Hope you can bounce back to the top step of the podium this evening. I'm sure it'll be an epic battle between you and Weiser Sirius, as usual. So yeah, hopefully everybody's well, and we can have a good race this evening. The amount of people racing back up to a bit more of a healthy number, as the race not clashing with the actual Grand Prix this week, like the last 2 weeks. So we've got 16 runners for Monaco, and as always, we'll have. Wow, that's dark. Or does that look even darker than normal? I guess we're about to find out. So yeah, Monaco, I love the track, of course, who doesn't? But really not one of my specialities in terms of actually driving around it. So we'll just try and be as smooth as possible and just try and get some decent points out of the weekend. We'll be good.
We'll make the changes you requested.
Now I think we'll go straight out on the super softs. The softs are incredibly unlikely to be used here.
All complete. Mechanics, please stand clear.
If all goes correctly, it should be a one-stop strategy with the ultra softs and the super softs. So definitely don't need the softs, so don't really need any running. There we go, that looks a bit lighter. It's just the view out of the pits. This is of course new for this year. The nighttime race at Monaco. Why does it change my view? Where's my view button? There it is. That's better. It is quite a spectacle at night, and I've heard quite a few people talking about whether this should be a night race after playing the game this year. I don't think so. I think it ruins the majesty of Monaco. You want to be able to see out over the harbour and see everybody, boats, etc. It's all part of it, isn't it? We got Singapore. That's your street track at night. So there might be a couple of things with background noise here. One, this track is incredibly bumpy this year, so I expect to hear quite a few wheel bumps. Also, it's Guy Fawkes night in the UK, so there's fireworks going off fucking everywhere. So apologies if you have any of those in the background. Not much I can do. Got the windows shut, and that's about as much as I can do to prevent that. So hopefully it doesn't pick too much of it up on the mic. So just aiming to have a nice smooth weekend, really get some decent points and have a good race. I really don't expect to do anything special here. But it is also Monaco, so you never know what's going to happen. So the standings have been updated midweek from the last 2 races we had last weekend. So you can check those out in the description if you want to see the current standings after 5 rounds. Things hotting up at the top with just 7 points between our leaders, and we're in a bit of a four-way battle with ourselves, Millet, Show and Barney for that 3rd place, which I'm sure is a battle that will rage until the end of the season. So definitely more cars than we had in the pre-season race here, so track's going to get pretty busy, I'm sure. Doesn't matter too much in qualifying, but you've got to make sure you avoid traffic in qualifying, that's for sure.
Of fuel remaining.
So track about about trying to get into that groove really, Monaco. You want to build it up and build it up till your point you get into your quickest lap of qualifying. Any mistake here is going to set back your confidence and obviously almost certainly damage the car. Let's say, really not my kind of track, this one. That was a spin I could have done without, but hey ho. Well, not the ideal start to the season session even. Even Leaf and even in Lucario. Nighttime Monaco indeed is going to be exciting. It's going to be a challenging race for sure. The graphics and Monaco at night so exciting. I have an orgasm. So close. Okay, try and control yourself. Try not to blow your load too early. We've got a whole race to come yet. It does look great. So it's great for a game situation. I don't think the actual Monaco race would benefit from being at night, but it's a great little addition to the game this year. It's certainly a spectacle. Not an ideal opening run there, but hey, it's all about qualifying here, right?
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:16.0.
Yeah, need a bit more speed than that, but hey, plenty of time to wind things up. You guys just let me know how the sound balance is and how the stream's running. See any changes I need to make now before qualifying in the race, but should be okay. Not much has changed since last time. Certainly does look great. Stream's running fine. Thank you, Leaf. Appreciated. My internet can sometimes be a little inconsistent, but hopefully looks okay this end tonight. Right, let's just plan out what we've got. So we've got plenty of ultras. One set of super softs reserved for the race. We should get that Q2 set for the race as well. So I can probably afford to use one more set of super softs, and then we'll go out for an ultra soft run towards the end of the session.
Everyone ready?
So I don't really see much use in going out on soft tyres here, as they're almost certainly not going to be used in the race. So one of our 2 pre-season races was held here at night, and I think we saw something like 6 or 7 safety cars, so it's bound to be a hectic race, and hopefully we can get the strategy a little bit better than we did on that particular evening anyway. Be a track to keep the car intact as well. So easy to lose a front wing round here. Oh, this track is seriously scary when you start picking up the pace. Can't even imagine what it's like in real life. Just the tiniest of mistake and that's it. Lap race or even your weekend over. It's sweaty stuff. And 7 laps around here is not going to be an easy feat.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Evening Fox, how you doing my friend? Hello darkness, my old friend indeed. Hello darkness, my old friend. It is a spectacular race at night, to be fair. Tyres dropped off a bit too much and lost that rhythm. Go back into the pits then and then just do one final run on the ultra softs, I think. You want to see 40 NASCARs go around this course. Pretty sure it just ended up being a parking lot. They wouldn't get round the hairpin, mate. I'm afraid they do not have the turning circle, but that would be a sight to behold. I'd love to see 40 of anything go around here, to be fair. The track that it's more and more chaotic the more cars you have on circuit. It's mind-blowing how close the drivers get to the barriers. I know. It's through the swimming pool. When you see them just flick through from that stationary camera position, it's madness how much they attack that. Just bear with me a second, guys. Just going to turn the radiator off because it's going to get hot this race. Long sleeve t-shirt and the radiator on, not a good idea. Do any other cars go around this track? Yeah, I mean, I think there's a Porsche race as a support to the F1, obviously with the lower Formula categories. There's a Formula E race here, but it's a slightly different track. They use a different layout. There are Masters races, like old F1 cars. I'm sure there's some other sports car races, but I don't know off the top of my head which series go here. But it's mostly single seaters because of the turning circle and the steering rack needed for some of the corners. Right, as I said, we're going to do one more run on the ultra softs. I'll take a bit of fuel out so it's some kind of quality prep. And we've got quite a bit of time left in the session, so we'll just wrong button. So we'll just watch some other people go around and have a chat between ourselves. That was a better lap anyway. Still showing that I've got quite a bit of pace to find. So we got Senor competing for the first time in this championship. He has competed in ORLs past, and he's looking immediately competitive and right up there with Calcifer on those soft tyres. So Looks like we're going to have more competition ahead of us than we do normally. So, as I said, just some solid points I'd be very happy with. This is not, by a long shot, one of my favourite circuits to actually drive. Imagine a most GP race around Monaco. That would be proper insane. Yeah, I don't know why they don't do bikes around here, to be fair. I'm sure there's a reason, but it would be great fun to watch. I can't imagine an entire most GP pack being able to negotiate the course correctly, though. Maybe like a time trial event would work quite well. So I'm sure this will be a race of attrition as well, so I'm not too worried if we don't have the pace. If we can just stay out of trouble and get to the finish, hopefully we can get some decent points. Really don't expect to be pulling off any heroics around here though. Do you know, it makes driving the car even tougher when you look at outfield shots, because it doesn't feel quite as fast as it looks from outside the car. You're like, am I really going that fast around that corner? Shit. Maybe I shouldn't go down that fast. That doesn't look safe. That hairpin is just crazy. Special steering rack put on the cars, of course, for that, just purely for that hairpin. Steering rack not used at any other point of the season in Formula 1. Okay, let's go out and do a quality preparation run then.
All clear the garage, please. Car ready to leave.
I'm hoping in actual qualifying to get into the low 13s. I would expect Kausfer and Weiss and the likes to be fighting in the 111s for pole. Some crazy times with these cars this year. So much quicker. Even around a track that you wouldn't imagine downforce would be all that important. You'd think it'd be mechanical grip. Obviously with the wider tyres, that gives them mechanical grip this year, so that's the big difference. As a result, they're at least a couple of seconds faster around here than last year.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining. Not a good lap so far, it's fair to say.
confusion being called at the moment. Good job this is practice, isn't it? Because this would be hell in qualifying.
Box this lap, please. Box this lap.
Should be able to have one more run, hopefully. A line I should be taking regularly through there. Oh dear. Not going well.
Your front wing is damaged. Performance will be affected.
I have like a baseline around this track, and whenever I try and go quicker, that's when I start having issues with it. Evening, Eric. So you managed to join the stream for a change at an agreeable time for you. We get to see a pro driver racing today. Maybe they'll all crash out in the first corner, one can hope. Depends on what you mean by pro. Definitely not me. I'll go my pedals to load cell, maybe I'll get better. Understand. Not feeling how hard was the brake. Yep, some of the pedals, some of the wheel sets don't have the best brakes. I've got the Thrustmaster T500 wheel with the original metal sort of pedal base, and the brake's pretty good on that. Sure, we get below 117. I'm much too cautious. Yeah, every time I try and push it, I get the same result normally. Working on the lawn and it started raining. Life's a bitch, and that it's always the way. Try and do something in the garden, and out comes the rain. Yeah, I think we can get into the lower 13s. Jeff, for Christ's sake, mate. By the way, we've got it set to dry permanently, just because I think we've had so many wet races already this season, everyone was getting a bit sick of them. So it's going to be a dry race and a dry weekend, which is probably best for Monaco. It's going to be tricky enough. I would expect a bit more pace in qualifying, but I'd expect everyone else to improve as well. And so we're just trying to get to the finish and get some points, really. If we do that, I'll be happy. It's not a track I'm going to be challenging for top 5 or podium in normal conditions. But you never know around here. Anything can happen to anybody at any time. I do not know why the game does this. When it finishes a session online, it gives a black screen. No, you can't watch anyone else anymore. Session's over. That's the beauty of Monaco, it sure is. I'm sure, I think we've got an extra one joining for qualifying onwards, so it's going to be 17 around here. So anything could happen, absolutely. Pretty average qualifying session, but... And and always serious already into the 11s then on the super softs. So we're going to see at least a 111 pole, if not a 110, which would be staggering. Rick Matek makes a load cell upgrade for the T3PA Pro pedals. I'm thinking about getting Fanatec Club Sport version 3. Yeah, I don't know if it was a version 3. I have played on Club Sport and they're great wheels. And those load cells are not like nothing else. It's normally the throttle for me I don't like on some wheels. I know a throttle shouldn't have too much resistance, but they're normally very light. And this is on PC, Eric. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we just need to get out there, because this is going to be a hellish qualifying for people to get clear runs. So we're probably going to need 2 or 3 runs at least, just to get a clean lap in.
Engine fired, we're set.
Traffic already. Let's try and free up some space while we've got it behind us. Much you can do, that's why we're out early. You can take those on the chin around Monaco in qualifying. I was feeling like a good lap though.
Lap time moved you up into
I was carrying too much speed there.
You've knocked the front peak. Damage under the spiner. You'll need to take it easy to avoid making the problem worse.
Sorry, Static Jeff. What did you say, mate? Alright. That runs it right off. Hey, you said it's probably going to take more. The throttle seems okay to me using the T300 RS and stock crappy pedals. Okay. Yeah, the 300 RS had the didn't have the flip pedals, did it? Like the 500's got. I don't know what you call them, where they can flip over and work up upside down. I encourage him to repeat himself. What, Jeff? Yeah, I guess I shouldn't encourage him. Oh, I heard you're fine, Jeff. Don't worry about it. That was really disappointing first run, but hey, don't expect much here. Oh, it's just a plastic 2 pedal. Yeah.
Personnel be aware.
Great. I think they've stopped selling the T500. I think you can still get the pedals, but they've stopped selling it as a base unit, everything together, which seems stupid because if they replace it, I guess the PC wheel that they pulled out, it's literally called the Crossmaster PC wheel, is a step up, but the 300, which they replaced the 500 with for some reason, just seems to be a worse wheel. I don't quite understand why they stopped selling the 500. At least in this country, anyway.
Of fuel remaining.
Oh, I just can't get a lap together at all. Not good. Not good at all. Oh well, we'll deal with it. Anything could happen in the race, so... Yeah, wheels are great if you take it seriously. I mean, if it's just casual gaming, then, you know, controllers are absolutely fine. I race. I've always had a wheel, but the years I played Forza and had an Xbox rather than a PC, I tended to use a controller more. There is nothing like a wheel, but it's not. You've got to be in the mood to use a wheel. Controller is a lot easier, so just chill out on the couch and play some racing games. Avoid the first lap pile-up. I'm going to try. At least I'm a long way out of it. Really couldn't have found much more than that. I won 10-9 for the front three guys. And Sennar, who's making his return to this league, this race, is right up there with those guys. That's some crazy times, they really are. But, hey, we'll see if we can get some basic points. And just keep it clean, keep it out of the barriers, and you never know. iRacing's about as good as it gets. There is some serious level of competition with iRacing. Obviously it's all online. I don't think there's any offline racing, so the only time you can drive the cars is with other people. I think you might actually be able to use practice modes on that. But one time I gave iRacing a go for a couple of weeks. I couldn't get... honestly, the first time I tried iRacing, I couldn't get an MX-5 round a track. It feels to me like those kind of really hardcore sims. R-Factor's kind of the same, but not quite as much as iRacing. It's way harder than driving a car. Like, if I went out and drove an MX-5 round a racetrack, I could do it. You know, I'm not going to spin on every corner. In iRacing, you are. And it's just too precise, because they're trying to replicate stuff you can't replicate, such as, you know, the actual feeling of the car, of being in it, and the G-forces. But it tends to make it end up being a lot harder than it is to actually drive a car. Which is not right, really, but it's certainly one of the toughest tests you'll get in sim racing. Never a fan of subscription models either, but it's worth giving a go for a month to see if you enjoy it. So it's a stonking pole from Kausvert, from Sennar and Weister Sirius in third. Less than 1/10 between the top three. That's pretty crazy. It's going to be a great race between those three. And then we've got Barney, Show, Midget and Melee covering 4th down to 7th. Panther, good result in 8th. Like Wildfire 9th. Macy 10th. Toffee 11th. Mayhew 12th. Our shocking performance in 13th. And Lanny will be 6th. And Emilio Sachs. It's the first qualifying we've done outside the top 10, I think, this season. Actually, I think we might have been 11th in Australia. But hey, let's keep it clean and try and get to the flag, and we might be able to get some points out of this race. So strategy pretty straightforward. It's going to almost certainly be a one-stop. Safety car might come into play though, because there's bound to be plenty of those. Switch from using a controller to a wheel this year, and I'm enjoying the game so much more. Yeah, it's so much more visceral of actually, you know, being able to control the car. Sit back and get into cinema mode. I will try. Thanks, man. I hope you guys enjoy it. There'll be, of course, as usual, very little chat during the actual race, because you really do have to concentrate around here.
Clutch bite is good, gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the tyres and brakes throughout the lap.
Thanks everybody, we'll see what we can do. And I hope you guys enjoy the spectacle anyway. It's a shame I can't switch it to spectator mode and let someone else control it really. But I have to make do with whatever I can. At least we'll have a good view of Corner 1. Whew. Most nerve-wracking start of the year, Monaco. Here we go then.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Oh, we're free at last. Right, let's keep it smooth
Okay,
and try and get back into this race.
now. DRS has been enabled.
Oh, this is going to be tough. Long old race. But as usual, racing a bit better than we qualified. Let's just keep it smooth, keep it out of the barriers, and see if we pick up any more positions. At least we're into the points now. a broken wing there from like Wildfire. Means one more position out the way. Trouble ahead, in goes Melee then. He should be okay till the end on super softs from there, but he will run out of tyres towards the end. Depends if we get a safety car at any point as well, of course. But for now, another position picked up.
6 seconds. Gap to car in front is 5.2 seconds.
A lot of people making very early stops. Might be to try and cover off the other guys that have stopped, not to get the undercut. It just makes sense for us to carry on here and run our race and not react to those people. Tyres should be okay for another 5-6 laps yet. Let's not do that again, shall we? Must have been. Or is someone a lap down actually, I think, because it's still showing Barney behind.
Our gap to first place is 34.5 seconds.
I see those messages, guys. I'm afraid I just cannot take my eyes off the track to read them at the moment. Don't get any kind of respite on this track.
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the super softs. The car behind's catching you at a rate of about 2 seconds a lap. Okay, gap ahead is 3.1 seconds.
Said I'm just going to run my race. Tyres should be good for another few laps yet.
Green flag.
We may have old tyres, but we got clear track. So those guys behind don't look like they've got. Okay, perfect. We can come in this lap. That's the other thing I was kind of hoping out for.
Drop your speed. Our delta is too low and we risk a penalty.
Alright, Jeff, calm down, buddy.
We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A?
Of a bug, it's got rid of the delta too early. It's going to be a big advantage to us though.
You need to pit in this lap.
Oh boy. What timing. What timing indeed, boys. What are you doing? What are you doing, boys? What the fuck are you doing?
Go, go, go.
Oh, Williams, what were you doing, lads? That's a shocker.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
It's only lost us one position, I would think, but still. I can only guess Mayhew was in ahead of us and I didn't see it. Because that's when they take a little while to get sorted out. I was at my teammate in the pits. Okay, cheers folks. That'll be right. Not much you can do if that happens, I guess. I'll say it probably only lost us a position at most. This is going to be some restart now. Mix of strategies, mix of tyres. But we're back in the game. And that top 5 I thought was impossible is suddenly looking possible. No, I can't. Don't start this shit again, Jeff. This was all supposed to be fixed in the last patch. All this safety car stuff. And all the bugs are still here. Same with that safety car one, where it lets you, as soon as the front guys cross the line, you don't have to stick to the delta anymore. Which is just bizarre.
Just managed the gap to the car behind. We think he's got a time penalty. Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap.
Here we go. Hopefully it's a clean restart for everybody.
Green flags. Safety car in this lap.
Need to get past midget quickly. A lot easier said than done at Monaco though. Please tell me that didn't lose us a bit of front wing. Oh, this is tough. I know Miele's going to be quicker. If we can get ahead of Midget and he holds him up for a little bit, we've got a chance at fourth here because someone else has dropped out ahead of us. Not sure who it was, probably the cause of the safety car. Stay in his mirrors. I'll try. It does this kind of weird automatic takeover online this year. It doesn't really allow you to control it completely manually. So once the actual restart comes, but we'll do our best. We need to clear him as soon as possible. The tyre's still in great shape, so we can stick him between us and Miele. We've got a chance to take fourth here. Got Panther back there as well, who also I would expect to be quicker. Looks like we're going round again though. Rear-ended before. Is he coming through or what? I can't tell if he's supposed to be coming through the field or not. Apparently so. Didn't really give us a warning, unfortunately, so... Well, at least no damage sustained, I don't think. No, we're okay.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember there is no overtaking until
See, it's an auto now. I can't actually control my throttle at all. Christ's sake. So slow. It's not his fault. There goes that wing. And now we're screwed. For Christ's sake. It doesn't matter now, Eric. My half and front wing's missing.
Has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
I don't know if it's better to fight on like this or just go in and get it all sorted and hope for another safety car. Yeah, I'm just going to have to pit. I can't keep this up.
Okay, the safety car is out. The safety car is out.
Oh.
We need to form up at a reduced pace.
Fairly
Keep a
good
close
timing.
eye on that delta time. Make sure to keep it positive. Complete. Go now.
There's nothing I could do there. I just couldn't get stopped in time. This midget was braking so early in front. Midget was corner cutting a lot, might have got a penalty. It's possible, there are quite a few penalties already from what the race engineer's been saying. We'll just keep it clean and see what we can pick up towards the end of the race. It was my fault, really. I mean, Midget broke a lot earlier than I thought he would, but he'd been braking there most laps. Just because I was a long way back, I wasn't expecting it.
Pass the car ahead. We are authorised to take the position from the car ahead.
I don't think so, Jeff. Stop trying to get me to overtake people I can't overtake me. Oh, Christ alive!
You've knocked the front wing. The damage only looks minor, but you'll need to take it easy to avoid
Oh, come
making the
off it!
problem worse.
Stupid fucking game system.
We think there's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or try the new one? Okay, this is Jeff. Can you hear me? There's a fair amount of damage to the front wing. We suggest you come in as soon as possible, rather than risk it getting worse.
This rate's just over now. It really is.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The
Oh, really?
safety
This
car is
lap?
in this
Great.
lap. When the field accelerates,
So I've got to make 2
remember,
pit stops
there is
now.
no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap.
Oh dear. This time I did have a penalty.
Release, release.
I guess I can hope for one more safety car maybe. Right, how are the tyres? Oh, they're good. Okay. Barely used. this again.
We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down. Maintain positive delta. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. Past the car ahead. We are authorized to take the position from the car ahead. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your
the fuck?
delta is negative.
Why is the
which
delta
means
now
you're too
back?
fast.
Are you
Reduce
kidding
your
me?
pace.
Come on. Oh, that was fucking close. Oh, I don't get this game sometimes. Jesus Christ. And now Delta's back again, for no reason at all. I think I can, Jeff, mate. Stop telling me that. Oh, this has been an absolutely disastrous race. Somehow, at the moment, we have a point. Not entirely sure how. A lot of guys ahead of us that have obviously had big problems as well. Show me late and why so serious. Ooh, really fast cars.
Pass the car ahead. We are authorized to take the position from the car ahead.
Am we? What is going on now? We've got the fucking falling too far back thing again. Oh, it's disappeared at least. Wheels spun.
Okay, you may overtake the car ahead. Pass the car ahead.
Safety car now in.
Safety car in this lap.
Well, let's concentrate and get what we can out of this.
And remember, there is no overtaking until the first safety car line. Stay in position until the green flags.
I've just been hit from behind. Cheers, Macy. That's why it's so serious. Invisible, no idea. We'll take it.
Yellow flag. Green flag. This is your final lap of the race. There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Christ. What a shit race this has been. People just getting far too carried away. This is bloody Monaco. Oh, I'm glad that's over. Christ alive. What a shit race. I'm sure it was entertaining for everybody, but Christ. What was going on there? Cheers, Leaf. It was... Hey, at least we got some... we did what we set out to do, which is get some points. It wasn't particularly enjoyable on the way, though. I'm not entirely sure how we ended up back in the points, considering where we were with 4 or 5 laps to go, but hey. And I got a penalty for somewhere. Oh, that's right, because I went back into the back of Sachs, didn't I? 25 seconds of penalties for Macy. But still only 6 seconds behind. I don't know what's gone on here. That is a mess of a leaderboard. It really is. Because Macy was only like a couple of corners ahead of us. If he's got 25 seconds of penalties, how can he that not demote him? Hey. I'll give an update on penalties and everything next week, I think. Thanks, Eric. It'll do. Keeps rolling on, doesn't it? Gets us some points. Apparently some late drama, apparently there's some desynchronization. We'll apparently have to keep results to lap 38. God knows what will happen there. Congratulations, Calcifer. You have no idea the kind of race that just happened behind you. Such a mess, it really was. There's a lot of stuff I wouldn't agree with ever. People race. Anyway, let's not go into that. Right, I think I'm going to go and cool down and enjoy the rest of my Sunday evening, because that was stressful. But thank you everybody as always for joining. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And of course we will be at round number 7 next Sunday from around the same time. Should hopefully do a live stream of the Endurance DLC next week for Motorsport Manager. We'll start that series. And just normal smattering of videos, Motorsport Manager, a couple of F1 videos I'm sure. And we'll go from there. That was a good job, Ben Calcifer. Congratulations, back on the top step. And yeah, I think we'll leave it there, guys. I really need to just chill out for the rest of the evening. After that, got to work early as well. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you again very soon.